Hey y'all, welcome back to the Growing and Flowing podcast. My name is Brandy. Feel free to call me Bran if you like. I love when people call me Bran. If y'all hear a sound in the back, sorry, my cat is playing with her ball. She was just doing, I don't know what she was doing. I had to get her something to play with y'all because if you got a cat, you know what I'm talking about. You know, they just had a little moments where you're just like, are you good? What are you doing? And why would you even do that? And why would you go knock that over? Why would you scratch that? She been asleep all day while I've been working. But quick little tidbit. So I always like to add that part where I say, I love when people call me Bran because my very first nickname that I ever got was in high school, and it was BG. And I just thought that was the coolest thing ever because I don't know. I feel like all three of my names are just basic. And it's not like I never not liked my name, but like I want a little and like I'm not about to change my name. Well, actually, y'all, see, I have been low key thinking about changing my last name. Only because I don't want my dad's last name. That's just me being honest. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. So I've been thinking about getting my mom's maiden name. Which I might do. When I told my mom that, she was like, why would you do that? I'm like, cause what? Like, my mom be so mad when I tell her I'm grown. But like I literally am. What do you mean? I am 28 years old and I live by myself. I am grown. But y'all, back to the BG. I still have somebody in adulthood that still calls me that. And that just makes me happy. So when I got Brand, I think people started calling me Brand like 3-4 years ago. Like I just really liked it. So yeah, y'all. So I'm gonna have a story time for y'all next week because I want people to stop being weird to me. That's gonna be a story time episode. But y'all, this week, last week and this week have been so well. This week just started for me. I am being late with this recording. I ain't gonna tell y'all what day it is because what y'all not about to shame me. But y'all, last week was so mentally draining, taxing. I think I just had some days where I just for real didn't know what to do. Like, so confused, just so confused. So the question to myself over these past few days has been, what does this all mean? And when I say that, I'm just talking about my life. So, we're going to take it back to childhood. I think one reason why I'm able to laugh about a lot of things and be goofy is because as a kid, I genuinely just wanted to be a kid, but I had to grow up so early, even before I got my first job or like before I moved out. Because when I had my first job, like I was literally almost the only one for real, like working and like in high school for real. If I wasn't in school, like, well, no, when I worked at McDonald's, I was working on the weekends and I used to cheer during the week and then take off on the weekends if I had a cheer competition or whatever. But like, I was always working when I really just wanted to be in school. And just, I don't know, high school for me was like, I wanted to hang out with people. Because when I felt like when I was not in school, like I was working, or if I wasn't outside playing with friends, like I was doing chores. I was cutting grass before people was cutting grass. I was washing clothes before people were washing clothes. So it's like, I always had to do that. But now, like, a little bit of me is grateful for that because I think I've learned some life skills early on that have been very useful for me. But also that has made me hate chores so much. Sometimes I really have to push myself to complete like the normal everyday task, and that shit be hard. But anyways, like, I've always been taught to produce. Like, you go to school, you get the degree, you get the job, so you don't be making minimum wage. You go to school again, so maybe you can make some more money. Yada, yada, yada. So, like, yeah, y'all know I got my master's, right? So we got the 2 degrees, and I'm doing the thing, I'm doing the job thing. I have the corporate thing, right? And y'all, they've been having me just do this stuff at work. I'm like, all right, cool. That literally just does not make sense to me. Y'all know when y'all have those weeks where everything out of your control, and I'm talking about everything that's out of your control, it just seems like all of it is going wrong. Like every single thing and you are just confused as to why it is happening to you. And then plus you just sprinkle a little bit of your fuck ups during the week in there, and you're just like, whoa. That was my week last week. That was my week. So I'm at the point where it's like, okay, I got the corporate job, right? And my thought has been, well, let me go back to this. They've been having us do this little project, whatever. So me and the person on my team, oh my gosh, she's so great. I love a teammate that reciprocates, because for real, y'all are only as good as your team. That is such a true statement. Only as good as your team. And the manager was all hype about X, Y, and Z, and like just giving us all this praise. And y'all, when I tell you I did not give one single fuck. Like, I just did not care. It did nothing for me. It did not fulfill me. It did not make me want to keep going to do this job. I think lately I've been feeling like a robot a little bit. Like, there's no meaning. So it's harder for me to push myself to do certain things, because once I get to the point where I don't care, I'll be ready to do things I'm not supposed to do, slack off, but see, I can't do that. And it's like, this is corporate. I'm like, all right, I can't be doing that. And I'm thankful to have my job too, because the economy right now, I'm thankful for that we're still going. I think the question has just been, what does it all mean? And the fact that it means nothing to me has been a very disappointing thought, y'all. It's been so disappointing. And I have mentioned up here before that I don't really see corporate for me after like 32, 33-ish. And see, here's the thing, y'all. I've been thinking like, yo, maybe it's before that. Because even as like I look at jobs, I'm like, yo, what do I even want to do? And I'm at that weird in between where I think this May would be 2 years since I've been in corporate. So that's still considered early careers. So I'm like, yo, am I stuck right now? And the job market right now, first of all, they need to ask me. Because some of they're lowering pay. Well, at least in my field, they're lowering pay. They're adding more into the job descriptions of everything that you're gonna do. Y'all, I saw this role that was considered entry level the other day, and it said you needed 8 years experience, and I'm like, be for real, like who typed that, and why would y'all say that? And I don't know, y'all. It's been a scary feeling because one, y'all, like I said earlier, I'm 28. I can't believe I'm about to be 29 in April. Like that's been blowing my mind. I'm like, where has the last 3 years gone? I mean, like, whoa. And I've tried to, stop doing that thing of like, oh, this is my age and this is where I should be right now because I'm X, like not X, Y, Z, because I'm this age. Like I feel like I have let that go. But I think now it's like, okay, it's not like I'm tagging it to my age, but it's like, yo, when you turn 29, like you got 1 year till you're 30. Like, and I don't know. It's been a scary thing because it's like, I was talking to somebody a few weeks ago and they were saying like, you would most likely have to take a pay cut. And that's not a thing that I haven't not thought about. And it's still on the table. I would like to not do that. But if I felt like I have to, sorry, that's my iPad. But if I felt like I had to, like after I've explored some other options, then I would like, all right, we will really consider that. I don't want to. And one thing that I've always noticed, that anything that I care about being good at, I have always overextended myself. And most of the time it's through my work, like at a job. At school, I've never overextended myself. But like at a job, I'm just like, I want to be the best at it. So it started at Walmart. I mean, not Walmart, at McDonald's. Like I was really good at my job. Like they had me training people and all this other stuff. But what they didn't want to do was increase my pay. Then we get the Walmart, like so good at X, Y, and Z. Then when I finally get to the point where like, all right, I got the promotion, like a few promotions, I'm like, all right, I'm making decent coin. It's like, okay, so now y'all want to start picking on me to pick apart me being the best. Like, was that like not enough? And now here, what they've been having me do with work is like, y'all, and I'm gonna always toot my own horn, because period. But this part of the business that I've been on for like maybe the last 6 to 7 months, I completely single-handedly came over there and changed the whole part of that account. Like, I made numbers for the very first time and have since then. And it's just like, now they're having me do this thing that they're considering a project. And it's like, okay, when you're good at your job, you really do get more work. And it's like, historically, nobody's looking at the data. I've talked about some of the data as to why we are not going to meet these numbers. Y'all trying to do all this last minute doesn't make sense, because I have all this information. Like, I've literally single-handedly done this. What y'all are trying to do will not work. But it's like, I'm in the space of like, well, Brandon, you aren't in control. These are what higher ups are saying. You work here. Like, you have to do those things. And another thing that I gotta add, do people not care about Martin Luther King Day? Because that's wild to me, y'all. Because so every time before a holiday, we normally get off that Friday before at 3 p.m. They normally send out an email like that Monday or that Tuesday of that week. So why nobody on the account acknowledged it, manager-wise, to us, didn't tell anybody about it, didn't mention it. And I know that they know that any holiday, because a lot of them have been on the account for about a year or so, or with the company a little bit longer. They know that we typically do get off at 3 p.m. And then, like me, I'm on a meeting from 5:40, y'all, from 4:30 to about 5:40 that Friday before my 3-day weekend. And for me, it's getting very anti-black, is it not? I was just like, that's crazy. And even yesterday, because I have the work chat on my phone, one of the managers, they wrote a message saying they hope that we're all enjoying our holiday. So and so will be ready for when we come in the next day. And I'm just like, why you couldn't just say good morning when we got back and say that then? Like, did you have to do that now? And it's just like, to me, it's just like, okay, if it was Christmas or Thanksgiving, you wouldn't have been doing that. Like, I don't know. And it's been so many things. It's been so many things. And y'all, I don't know. I feel like I was having PTSD just a little bit, because like I'm flashing back to Walmart. In my Walmart days, it's been giving retail. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, so it's just like, what does it all mean? Because this doesn't mean anything to me. Like, it doesn't. And yeah, that's been sucking. Like, I had a day last week, I was really in my head. And this is just me being transparent. But yeah, like after work, I was in my head and I cried for a few hours, because I don't know. I think I just really felt lost, because I told you I'm trying to explore my creative side more, but I think because I don't really know where that'll take me or exactly what the thing is for me, right? And I've mentioned, like, I have a voice for something, but I guess because I was just never introduced to creativity as a kid, like I was never able to really explore that side of me. It's just so foreign to think about. Like, to really live your life in a different way that is so outside of what is considered the normal thing that I've been conditioned to do my whole entire life. And, I've talked about the purpose thing before. And I feel like with my podcast, I am walking in my purpose in a sense, which I've said. But I think, the other part of me is like, okay, so what is my purpose outside of this? Because like I never really fully thought of like where my podcast would go. I know I don't necessarily want to do this super long term. Like, I do this for like 10 years or something like that. I don't really think this is going to be, okay, my podcast is going to hit and then I'm just going to do the podcast. Like, I realize I'm very multifaceted. Faceted. Did I say that right? Multifaceted? If I didn't, y'all know what I mean. I like to have my hands in a few different things. I don't know. I like learning things. I like exploring the things. I like being good at the things. And yeah, like, it has to be something else supplemented. So it's like, okay, I would love to do this and then not have corporate and then find another thing that's my thing. But it's like, I don't know what the thing is, y'all. And it's just been hard for me. I would say over this past week and a half, it's been OD hard. So y'all, yeah, I'm still swimming though. I'm definitely still swimming. You know, trying to hold my head up and do the best that I can because that's all I really can do, right? Sometimes in the past, like I've overextended myself, not physically, but mentally to myself because I hold myself to such a high standard. And being kinder to myself has involved taking a step back and, you know, just not necessarily doing the most or trying to zero in on something that I just really don't know. You know, things come to us and I guess I have to be patient with that. Um and I think that's been hard because I've just really been feeling stuck. I've been in a rut of being stuck and feeling like, you know, shit is just never enough. So yeah, that's been my mood. Because I did want to come on here and do my story time episode, but I was just like, oh man, like I don't know. I was just like, may I wanted to talk about this, and I'm in a mood, like not in a mood like when I'm not feeling good. I don't know, but a funk a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, y'all. Thanks for listening to me. Um, Again, next week I will have that story time. And I think I will be doing a giveaway soon. I'm so excited. So follow my Instagram. I know I need to post up there more. I know. But just follow me. And keep an eye on my post up there because soon I will be doing a giveaway. And if you guys could please rate me, leave me a review. That really does help with my discovery. And I want to know what y'all want to hear. So let me know. Thank you guys so much. And I will talk to you later. Bye.